In this lecture, we will discuss about clause 1 to clause 10 of the standard. So, let us now understand what are the clauses of ISO 42001. Standard has total 10 clauses. Clause 1 to 3 is about scope, reference and terms and definition. Here there is no major actionables or requirements as such. What is important for us is clause number 4 to clause number 10. It is advisable to remember these clauses in a sequence. I generally remember this with the abbreviation CLP SOPI. CLP SOPI. So C here stands for contact of the organization, leadership, P for planning, support, operations, second P is for performance evaluation, and last improvement. Let us now quickly discuss what is the requirement of each clause. Context of the organization requires that the organization need to identify the internal and external issues which can have impact on AIMS, to identify interested parties and their expectations from the organization with respect to AIMS. It also requires defining the scope of AIMS. In our subsequent lecture, we will discuss in detail how to implement this requirement. Let us now move to leadership. Leadership requires top management to provide the leadership and commitment to AIMS, establishing an AI policy and ensure it is communicated within the organization and to relevant stakeholders, to have well-defined and assigned roles and responsibilities for AIMS. We will discuss in detail how to implement the same in our subsequent lectures. Now let us move to planning. Planning requires that organization must plan to identify and address the risks and opportunities related to AI, plan to conduct an AI impact assessment, plan to achieve AI objective, and plan for controlled change management. We will discuss each element in detail in our subsequent lecture. Now let us move to support. Support ensures that organization has the resources, knowledge and awareness necessary to operate the AIMS effectively. Next is operations. It focuses on the execution of the plan and the processes needed to achieve the AIMS objectives. It includes managing and implementing risk treatment plans, ensuring operational controls are in place, and regularly reviewing and updating processes to respond to changing risk. Next is performance evaluation. It requires that organization must monitor, measure, analyze and evaluate the performance of the AIMS. This includes conducting internal audits to check the effectiveness of AIMS, periodically reviewing the AIMS through management reviews. We will discuss in detail how to implement this clause in our subsequent lectures. And last is improvement. It focuses on continuous improvement. It says that organization must identify the non-conformities and take corrective actions. It also requires to ensure that AIMS is continually improved by addressing the issues and ensure continual effectiveness through regular reviews and updates. So what I request you is to remember the term CLP SOP. This will help you while discussing the details about these requirements in our subsequent lectures. That's all for this lecture. In our next lecture, we will discuss about context of the organization, that is clause number 4. Thanks for watching.